Hi parents and students, it's Miss Bethany, your school OT. I just got done filming my row your boat movement activity video. So if you haven't seen that one, feel free to check it out for a movement activity with these same items. But as I got done filming it, I realized these same items that we use for the row your boat movement activity are also really great for some calming strategies. So I wanted to share with you how to use things like a laundry hamper or a box, some stuffed animals, pillows, and a blanket, things you probably all have around the house to give your child some deep calming pressure. These are great to do throughout the day if you know that you're going to be doing something that's overwhelming or exciting for your child, to get their little body ready for that exciting or overwhelming activity. You can do it beforehand or after something that's really overwhelming for them, or if you just need to calm them down from coming outside, coming into the house for a little bit more of a quiet time for a meal or for bedtime. Anytime that you want to help reset your child's energy level, these are great activities to do. So you'll see that I have my pillow child in the laundry hamper right now. It's sitting in there with a comfy towel. The idea of this activity is to give as much deep pressure as you can. So think about giving a hug, that nice firm pressure. We want to do the same thing with the laundry hamper or with the box. So you can put as many pillows as will fit in there for the deep pressure. Stuffed animals are great because they give your child something to focus on while they're sitting in the box or the hamper. And they're also that soft texture that we would like to incorporate into what we call a squish box. And they could be in this position while they're reading a book, while they're watching some television, while they're playing a puzzle or doing coloring. Really anything they would do seated, they could do it while in this position, but it's also a great activity just for them to sit and relax and just do nothing if they're the kind of child that sometimes is able to do nothing. Sometimes it's nice just to have that little relaxing time. Another thing that you can do with your pillows is what we call deep pressure compressions. We call them a lot of things actually. Squishes is what I call them the most whenever I work with kids. I ask, would you like some squishes? And so you have your child lay down. Actually, usually I have the child lay on their stomach. And then I press the pillow down on their back. And I press pretty firmly. You can start off pressing gentler and see how your child reacts. The pillow itself sucks up a lot of the pressure that you're pushing down. So don't feel like you're going to hurt your child. Initially, whenever you try to give squishes, your child might be like a little bit confused what's going on. It can be intimidating to get squished by a pillow. So you could demonstrate on yourself. So I would take a pillow on my own, I can push down. Oh, those squishes feel so good. Oh, squish, squish my foot. Squish, squish my leg. And then you could ask your child, do you want some squishes? And then start on somewhere that maybe isn't so intimidating. So if they're sitting with you, you could say, do you want me to squish, squish your foot? Let's see, squish, squish. Oh, how about your hand? Squish, squish your hand. And then if they have a sibling or another parent is around, that's a good opportunity for you to demonstrate laying on the stomach, and you could squish, squish the sibling or the other parent with the pillow so that they see the intent of the activity rather than, hey kid, lay down on the floor, I'm gonna squish you with the pillow. I find that most of my clients really do like this activity and they like it right away. They understand that it's, I don't know, they understand that it's relaxing, but they do have an immediate relaxed effect whenever they are being squished. So I would have the child lay on their stomach, and then I like to set a limit. So whether it's I'm going to sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or count to 10, I'll say, let's do squishes, count to 10. 1, 2, 3, and I'll move the pillow around to different parts of their body. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'll ask the child, more squishes or all done? If the child is their first couple of times getting squishes and they don't really seem comfortable, if you give them the first couple and then they seem to be wiggling around, you can go ahead and pull back like, okay, all done squishes, more squishes later. Like I said, it can be a little bit intimidating, but I find that a lot of my kids really like it and they like it right off the bat. The last activity that I'm going to show you is going to be wrapping up in a blanket. I'm going to open this a little bit bigger. So this one we call tortilla time or a burrito. And you want the child to lay, ooh, you can't see that, hold on the edge of the blanket, right on the edge. And then make sure that their head is above the line of the blanket so that whenever you roll them up, they are not having their face covered by the blanket. I always try to encourage the child to hold on to the edge of the blanket with their hand. Usually they need help, but this is something that once they learn how to do it, they can do it all on their own. So they lay the blanket out and then hold on, and then I help them roll up. Ready, set, roll. When you're first doing this, it's okay if you don't squeeze them too tight. Just like the pillow squishes, it can be a little bit intimidating. But you wrap them all the way up, and then that is like a nice tight hug for them. I will also do some joint compressions while the child is wrapped up in this position. I'll do the big joints like their shoulders and their hips. And they seem to really like that. So for this one, I'll sing Twinkle, Twinkle while we're doing the compressions. And then they'll know that once Twinkle, Twinkle is over, we're going to unwrap from the blanket. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. And then you could ask your child. More squeezes, all done. Usually, well, there is no usual, but always follow their lead to see if their body needs more of that deep compression or if they're ready to move on to the next activity. You'll notice that I was going really slow and rhythmic with my compressions. For these calming activities, I always want to choose slow, quiet voice, slow, quiet compressions for them, just setting that tone of this is a relaxing activity. I would caution you against doing silly things while they're doing these activities. So if they're wrapped up in the blanket, you wouldn't want to tickle them, you wouldn't want to shake them because that would be too exciting. And the purpose of this activity is for your child to calm down. A way that you can start out with this activity, if your child isn't quite comfortable getting all the way wrapped up, you could show them how you would just, squeeze yourself in the blanket. Nice tight hug. And then you could wrap them up. Nice tight hug. And then just like the pillow compressions, you yourself could give an example, lay down on the blanket, roll up like a burrito, and say, this is so relaxing. Have a sibling or another adult show them. The more they see it, the more they'll understand the activity. Just always remember, slow and steady and relaxing. Thank you, everyone. I hope these activities work for you at home.